I'm gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna hold me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Never need my stride. But I wanna go lay down and take another nap. I haven't been in my van since I stopped traveling in my van. It's been a while. I'd say in the last week or so, I've found myself either waiting for an appointment or something where I would just be like, well, I could just sit in my van in my bed and write in my journal or just chill or whatever. I was like, I've been wanting to, what? I don't know where I was going with that story. I have like the most brain fog of all fogs. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Take two. I literally feel like the Men in Black movie where they would take that neuralizer thingy and they would bink, and then it's like everyone's memories would just be erased. Oh, we didn't see anything. I'm really leaning towards maybe I just have some really deep hormonal issues since my hysterectomy. So I'm going to get tested for that, but that's really not the point of my story. I've kind of been wanting to take a few little short trips in my van lately, but my van is kind of dirty. Not like dirty, but kind of dirty. There's things that I need to clean up. I need to wipe down the dust. I need to throw some things away, kind of redo, like make the bed and just fix the window covers. Those have like shrunk, so now they keep falling out, popping out. And it just seems too tiring to me. Plus, I've just not been in like the best mental state. But the other night, actually, it's been quite a while now, but I think it's been a few weeks. It was 4 a.m. I couldn't sleep. And so I went on YouTube, which, why am I telling this story sitting in the van? Let's go take a walk. It was 4 a.m. I couldn't sleep. Oh, let me check my YouTube comments, which is always kind of a bad idea because you never know what you're going to get. A lot of times it's negative. The comments were pretty positive, and there was a girl talking about, I live in Vegas, and if you want to ever get together, let me know. I went on her page just to see if she's crazy because you never know. People make comments and then they might be just psychos. And so I went on there and I recognized that she's like a regular person. And then she was showing videos, like she's starting her YouTubes talking about things about Vegas. She said that there's this place out here in Vegas, Wetlands. And I'm like, wetlands out in Vegas, what? But her channel's called Frugal Rants. I actually can't remember her name, so sorry, I'll put it here. And she seems really nice. When you make comments or if you make content, you never know who's watching and who's listening and who needs to hear what you have to say and who can benefit from tips that you share or knowledge that you have that somebody else doesn't have. So I'd like to give a big shout out to Frugal Rants. Go check out her channel, and I hope she posts more because we need more people posting about getting out of the house, just getting out into nature, living your life. We're here for a short period of time, and you gotta maximize. We're getting older. You gotta do the things you gotta do, all the things you want to do. This is really pretty. Big Weir Bridge in North Pond. That's not bad. Not even a mile. I'm not the kind of person that likes to wallow. I like to figure out a solution, but sometimes my brain has its own mind, which sounds like I'm saying I'm double-minded, which is weird. Anyway, sometimes you just can't control what's going on in your head. I'm working on that in terms of doctors and mental health and all these things. But in the meantime, there's things that I could do. Drink more water, eat healthier foods, take walks, read, journal, do more creative things, try to get sleep, even though my sleep's been jacked. These videos that I've been doing in the past, like, I don't know, 5-6 videos, they may not be exciting, but it's my real life. And so the views have been down, but I just came to this place where I was like, you know what, God's got it covered, and I really just had to let go. The most promising and best part of that is that the people that have watched these videos have been leaving some wonderful comments that they've been getting a lot out of it. That's always been my goal, to have a channel where I just share my real life, and any tips or things that personal experiences, I'm just going to share it and pray that it helps somebody. So I'm trying to find the balance where I share my normal existence, but also share like the field trips. Now, I don't know where I'm going, and I think I'm going in a different direction that maybe I didn't want to go. So I think I'm going to turn around because I think the water is over this way. So also, I'm a person that likes variety, and I'm a person that is curious to see different things. And because I kind of stopped doing, I stopped doing traveling full time. I've kind of been in more of a stationary place for the past, 6 months-ish. And I'm just now getting the little itch to be like, I want to like go check some things out and get out. And at the same time, I'm feeling fairly tired and exhausted, which again, hormones. But I don't know where I was going with that. I really keep losing my train of thought. It's not great. Another thing that I've been having a lot of talks with one of my really good friends, Melissa, who's also a coach and just a wonderful human being. And I'm also starting traditional therapy, but that's a side note. One of the things that she said, which really hit me, maybe your depression is the perfectionist side of you's resistance to rest. Boom! That just like hit me like a ton of bricks. And that really kind of makes sense because she asked me, if you had $1 million right now, what would you do? What business would you do? Like, what would you do? And I was like, if I had $1 million right now, because she's trying to help me to figure out like where I want the channel to go. Like what am I really inspired to do since I'm not traveling full time? If you had $1 million right now, money was not an issue, what would you do? I said, I would go somewhere, rent an Airbnb for like a month and just sleep, stay in bed. Don't connect on the internet and just don't have anything to do with making content, filming myself, filming anything, talking to anybody. I mean, I would talk to my friends and family, but I just wouldn't. I would kind of fall off the edge of the earth for a few weeks and just not have to do anything. And she's like, why don't you do that? And I'm like, well, the channel's tied to my income. Being a creator, it's like being an entrepreneur. It's like you're constantly thinking about how to do more, create more, be better. I don't have any answers today. All I just know is I like to get out. I like to explore. I like to travel. I like being nomadic. I like sharing a variety of things. And some things people care about and some things people don't. But she kind of summed it up by saying, if you find it interesting, people will find it interesting. And in a sense, look at these cool things. Oh, that's so cool. And in a sense, I get what she's saying, and that's true. But sometimes people aren't interested. That is cool. Sometimes people aren't going to find it interesting. So I just have to honor God and honor myself. When I got here, I tried to turn on my fan because it was hot and I just kind of wanted to sit in my van for a little bit. But it seems like something's wrong with my van, and maybe the circuit blew out, so I got to check that. And it just reminded me of being on the road and that there was always some little issue. And I know that happens in real life. And I know that people are always like, duh, that's like real life. Things happen in real life even if you don't live in a van. But it's heightened when you live in a van because you also have to deal with, finding safe accommodations every night, using less water. I mean, we don't need to go down the list. You get it. I love my van, but it is a real thing that when you live in van life, that there's almost always something little that you got to take care of that adds up. And if you got this far, you're a real one because I kind of am on a little rant today. So I can hear the water and I will be quiet so we could listen. Cool. So that's the long way. You can see it loops around all the way over there. But then, looks like there's this little rocky area that maybe I could just cut across if I can try not to break my ankle. This is probably not the best idea I ever had, but I'm just wanting to get to the other side, to the little bridge. It's not a little, looks like not a little bridge. Whoa, don't die, don't die, don't die. Okay. That was harrowing. Just kidding. Oh, what are these little cone heads? What's happening there? I don't know what that's all about. And what's this? Looks like for crops, or I don't really know. Anyway, I'm getting off track here. Okay. Dawn to dusk. I don't know if you can overnight park here, like in the parking lot, or not. I didn't really see any signs, so I'm not really sure. But now that it's saying dawn to dusk, maybe they have gates that they close. Well, that's just gorgeous. It's just so vibrant out here with the sun setting on the water. And just really pretty. And then they got little duckaroonies. Oh. Very pretty. They're like red looking mountains, which is very pretty. You can see the strip from here. Okay, let me zoom in. So it's actually not that far. Now that I've seen the water, I'm gonna take the long loop back because I didn't get my steps in today. And it's a little bit chilly out here, but it's not too bad. That was really nice, that bridge. I would definitely come back here. There's seems to be some good walking paths. This is just one, so it's kind of nice. So the moral of today's field trip is, number one, what would you do with $1 million right now? Like, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Put it in the comments. And number two is more of a statement, is if there's something that's in your heart to do, it doesn't have to be elaborate. It could just be super basic. Pull out your phone, turn on your camera, film it somewhere where you live, somewhere where you are, and just share it, because you never know who's watching. Also, leave comments for your, favorite creators, because it really does help. And it also helps people to not feel so alone in their creative journey, because look at this. Trust the Lord's perfect timing. It is upon us. Well, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hallelujah. Because being a creator can be pretty lonely, because there's somebody walking behind me. Because I'm literally just talking to my phone right now. So when you leave comments, even just like a little word of encouragement or a question or something that you've experienced, it really does help. Okay, they went down a different path. I'm glad I did this. And as always, you are valuable. You are loved. Just keep pressing forward. Bro, rookie mistake, rookie mistake. It is the desert, okay? And it gets cold at night, and I was like, oh, it's warm out. I'm not gonna bring a sweater. And I'm cold. I'm cold. So always bring a sweater and water. Who am I, brand new? I'm seeing a bunch of little bunny rabbits also, little cottontails. I think I'm almost there, but I don't know. I made it. I made it. Woo! Snack time.